the shoulder soft tissue work, we're going to go through a couple of cross ball variations. So the first one, starting with the pecs. Roll out the pec from here, or rack or doorway works really well, because then from this position, I can work some shoulder raises or some rotator cuff movements to help dig that ball into the shoulder. I can also use the same ball to work into the traps. So from here on the trap, pressed into that side, right there between the neck and trap, and same thing from here, I can move, work some range of motion work while I'm rolling through the traps. Finally, for the shoulder on the posterior side, can work here to the scap. So I'm going to pin the scap into the ball, and then same idea, I can work some movements out of this position to dig into different spots along the shoulder muscles. Shoulder axial movement, we're going to start in a thumbs up position. Very important that we work this slow and controlled through the full range of motion. So I'm going to raise the thumb up over my head, and then very slow and controlled, rotate it over the top, keeping the shoulder close to the body. At the end of the movement, notice my thumb is now pointed back because I've rotated the shoulder around. I'm going to pull the thumb back. Again, trying to keep it as close to the body as I can. Slow and controlled over the top, bringing it back to the front in the thumbs up position. We're going to go through a full wall slide series. The first one's the backward wall slide, so my arms are going to be pinned up here. I'm trying to keep the wrist, the elbow, and the shoulder all pinned back against the wall, as well as my lower back squeezed tight to the wall. So I have everything pinned back to the wall, core set tight. I'm sliding up and down, keeping everything glued to the wall, trying as hard as I can to lock my arms out overhead. From there, I'm going to work from the pecs, and I'm going to squeeze in and press out, in and press out. Continuing to keep the elbows up high, I'm going to go into rotation, so I'm going to work internal rotation, external rotation through the shoulder, still trying to keep everything tight to the wall. At that point, just kind of loosen it up, thumbs up, all the way to the top, thumbs touch the wall, control it back down. For the final variation, I'm going to spin forward. I can stagger my feet or keep them together as long as the core remains tight. Forearms are parallel, so the elbows cannot bow out. Forearms stay stacked, and I'm sliding overhead as far as I can, controlling it on the way back down. Slide as far as you can, keeping the forearms stacked, control it back down. Eventually, working towards lockout position if you can keep the elbows on the wall. Wall shoulder mobility and T-spine. I'm going to set up the first variation is going to be a bent arm variation. So my hands are up behind the head. I got the hip locked in here to the wall, shoulder pinned to the wall. I'm going to open across the wall and bring it back. And then I'm going to open over the top. Trying to keep my arm glued to the wall, all the way pinned across, and then bring it back to square. The other variation on this I can do is a straight arm variation, so my arms are out straight. Same idea, I'm trying to keep everything pinned to the wall. I'm going to open all the way across, bring it back, and then take the arm all the way up, over the top, and bring it back under control to the starting position. For this band scap series, we're going to demonstrate 3 reps in each position. We're going to start off, arms straight out in front, squeezing the scaps back, executing the Y. After completing the Ys, we reset the scaps, pinch them back, open across to the T. From the T's, reset the scaps again, pinch back, palms up, A's. After completing the A, scaps will reset one more time, roll it back to this high elbow position, External rotation on the rotator cuff, holding the last rep in external rotation, then we're going to press it straight up, control it back down, trying to keep the shoulders pulled back and not allowing the band to pull us forward. Band forward shoulder traction. I will hold each one of these stretches for about 30 seconds if I was doing the complete exercise. To start, I'm pulling it back and I'm going to just rotate so that I feel the stretch into the chest. From there, I'm going to square back up to the middle and let it pull overhead. For the next variation, I'm going to rotate and let it pull from the shoulder across the body. And for the fourth, I'm going to side bend, let it pull down the side through the lats, across, overhead.